Until I approached the mid-career stage of my life, I didn't fully realize what an entrepreneur was, or that most of my work throughout my career had been based on an entrepreneurial mindset. I realized that I was the top dog of my own business and career. Now, being your own boss or the top dog can be a rewarding yet challenging endeavor. However, the path to becoming your own boss isn't without its challenges. It requires a high level of self-discipline and motivation as you navigate the complexities of running a business. It takes work, and more work. And in this podcast, we will cover some of the work it takes, as well as some of the benefits it creates. That being a top dog of your own business and your life is so rewarding. So stay tuned.
This podcast is brought to you by DJ Works Media with resources and ideas for you at mid-career or half-time of life. Check out our online courses where we want you to not only start, but finish. Books available in all versions and songs available for immediate download with sheet music and instrumental accompaniment tracks. Our musicals are family-friendly with great music that's memorable and inspiring. Sign up at goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter for weekly updates. Now to our episode.
Being your own boss or the top dog can be a rewarding yet challenging endeavor. First, autonomy is a significant draw, and you have the freedom to set your own schedule, pursue projects aligned with your passions, and make decisions that shape your business's direction. Now, this level of control can lead to a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, knowing that you're charting your own course. Additionally, the potential for financial gains can be substantial if your venture succeeds, offering opportunities for significant earnings and wealth accumulation over time. Also, being your own boss often inspires a culture of innovation and creativity, where you can experiment with new ideas and approaches with less constraints. And this is especially appealing to creatives and creatives like me. However, the path to becoming your own boss isn't without its challenges. It does require a high level of self-discipline and motivation as you navigate the complexities of running a business. And the initial stages can be particularly demanding with long hours and financial uncertainties until your plan gains traction. And the responsibility for all aspects of the business, it falls squarely on your shoulders, from strategic planning and marketing to customer service and financial management. And this can lead to stress and pressure, especially during tough times or when facing difficult decisions. And until I approached really the mid-career stage of my life, I didn't fully realize what an entrepreneur even was, or that most of my work throughout my career had been based on an entrepreneurial mindset. That wasn't taught in schools when I was coming through. And at this point, some of the principles discussed here were revealed and affirmed in my life. And the freedom that an entrepreneurial journey brings, it is appealing. It was appealing to me. For many that have that mindset, though it's not that easy path. It takes work, and more work. So in this podcast, we will cover some of the work as well as the benefits that it creates. So we're going to start with top dog, CEO, president. Well, I wrote a song a number of years ago called Top Dog. Well, the song never gained too much traction, but the lyrics still ring true, and they are as follows. You never thought it'd be this way. The harder you work, the more you pay. The bills all calculated, compensated, estimated. A different kind of life, a different way to play. So now you're on top, leaving everyone behind. An emotional island, well, it's part of the grind. Isolation, not always a choice. Will you answer to a higher voice? As a top dog, you're a top dog, CEO, president. You call the shots and you pay the rent. Top dog, top of the ladder, power to choose what really matters. And when it all comes down, it stops at the top. To stay on top takes all you've got. You sacrifice to make your mark. And those around who care so much, well, they disappear as they learn to adjust to a top dog. And then it repeats some choruses. But I wrote this song so many years ago, and now looking back, well, I've grown incrementally and in my insight on what it takes to be an entrepreneur and what it takes to be a top dog of a business. And the lack of a traditional support structure like that found in a corporate environment, it means you must often rely on your own skills and your own networks to overcome obstacles and seize opportunities. And additionally, the risk of failure is just always there. And setbacks can be personally and financially taxing. And despite these challenges, many entrepreneurs, they find this journey immensely rewarding, valuing the independence, creativity, and potential for financial success that comes along with being their own boss. So ultimately, whether being your own boss is worth it, it depends on your appetite for risk and your entrepreneurial spirit and your ability to navigate the highs and lows of business ownership. So let's talk about independence as a top dog. Independence in entrepreneurship, it transcends mere freedom from a traditional 9-to-5 job. In fact, this independence, it may include many, many more hours. It embodies the ability to steer your own destiny. You have the autonomy to make decisions that resonate with your vision and your values without being bound by corporate hierarchies or organizational constraints. And this freedom, it allows you to pivot quickly in response to market changes, to innovate new products or services, and to shape a business culture that reflects your personal values. But you also have the results from those decisions. Well, I have found independence especially valuable in the way I do business, automating a lot of my posts, articles, and my marketing for times that I'm traveling. And it's not easy to coordinate all the details, as it does take time and effort. Again, there's work, and more work. But the system I've put together, it works. And I've outlined it in one of my online courses called A New Way of Doing Business. Now, everyone's system will be a little different and cater to what they are doing. And that's important with different types of businesses and methods. But it's why some individual consulting or mentorship is so valuable for many of those embarking on their own entrepreneurial journey, especially if at mid-career at halftime of life. So let's talk about creativity as a top dog. I love this one. Creativity, it flourishes in the realm of entrepreneurship. As the architect of an enterprise, we can experiment with fresh ideas, unconventional strategies, and novel approaches to problem solving. And whether you're revolutionizing an industry with disruptive technology or reimagining customer experiences through innovative designs, being your own boss empowers you to explore uncharted territory and challenge the status quo. Now, this creative freedom not only fuels passion and enthusiasm, but it also attracts like-minded collaborators and customers who resonate with your innovative spirit. And that's where good networking comes in here. Well, let me give you some examples. Lindsay Shear Burgess, she decided she could create a business all around green wallscapes. Well, then there's Lynn McDonald, who successfully sells her art online. Or Dr. Dominique Padurano, she left the structured academic environment to start her own coaching business. And all of these ventures, they eventually found success and a lot of freedom. Now, I've added links for all of these podcast interviews that we had on this podcast in the show notes. So make sure you check those out and you check out the article that comes with this. Now let's talk about the financial success as a top dog. And this is very important to stay in business. Financial success is a compelling motivator for many entrepreneurs. And while the path to profitability, it can be arduous and really fraught with a lot of risk, the potential rewards are really substantial. And as your own boss, you have the opportunity to reap the full fruits of your own labor. Successful ventures, they can generate substantial income, build equity, and create long-term wealth. And beyond monetary gains, financial success, it affords you the ability to reinvest in your business and expand your operations and contribute positively to your community and your industry. Also, being your own boss often opens the door to diverse revenue streams and investment opportunities. From scaling your business nationally or globally, really to diversifying into complementary markets or sectors. Entrepreneurship, it offers avenues for exponential growth and wealth accumulation. And this financial independence, it not only enhances your personal prosperity, but it empowers you to make a meaningful impact on the world around you, whether through philanthropy, through job creation, or innovation that improves lives. Now, I had a wonderful interview with Tom Hand, who started his nonprofit organization that masterfully tells the American story through videos, podcasts, books, and a flourishing grant program as his way of giving back. And he was able to do this after selling his profitable business, and he's created a whole other significant chapter of his life. So make sure you check that out. Again, it's in the show notes for you to be able to link to that interview. So let's apply all of this as that freedom as a top dog. So in essence, the principles of independence, creativity, and financial success, it converge to define the allure of freedom, of being your own boss. And while the journey, it might contain challenges and uncertainties, the potential rewards, both personally and professionally, they can be just immeasurable for those willing to embrace the risks and the responsibilities of entrepreneurship and of being a top dog. Well, I hope you've really, really enjoyed this. There's so much information here. Make sure that you click into the article that comes with this, because you'll want to review some of those principles. You'll want to link to some of those other podcasts that I have as part of this that are in the article, with Green Wallscapes, with Lynn McDonald, with A Teacher's Teachers, with our Dr. Padurano, and with Tom Hand. He's created an amazing nonprofit business that gives back in so many different ways. He's just done a great job. And so I hope, and I've given some other links to some other articles and resources as well in the article. So make sure that you link in with that you get our newsletters. It comes every single week, goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. You can always reach me through, I have several websites, the goalsforyourlife.com, DeborahJohnsonSpeaker.com. I take a certain number of live engagements, and DJWorksMusic.com. I love being with you every single week, at least once a week, sometimes a couple times. So make sure you follow and you don't miss a single episode, because we have a lot of wonderful things coming up ahead. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll look forward to being with you again next time. So bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show, and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.